So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you the best weapon recipes inside of the Forge. Now, obviously, there are a lot of recipes you can use that are going to give you a mixed variety of weapons, but one of the main things to note is I'm going to be giving you the best recipes for multiple weapons, first off, and also a good level tier to them, and just to give you a bit of an understanding to the mechanic and crafting behind this system. So first things first, as a quick note, and I'm going to be giving away either every single game pass, or I'm going to be giving away 50 rerolls to a few people. And to enter into the giveaway, if you want to enter, all you got to do is comment Roblox username down below, leave a like, and hype this video, and that'll enter you into the giveaway. So once you are in the Forge, just note there are current few weapons that are considered to be the best right now that a lot of people are using. Firstly, one is going to be the Tachi, this sword right here. A lot of people are using this. This is in the katana category, just right here. And then the second weapon people are also consistently using is going to be inside of the straight sword category, which is none other than the Chaos. Now, the reason why people choose the Chaos, I mean, if you just look at it, it has a quicker attack speed than the one I'm using right now and deals more damage at a base. So only downside is the lower stud range, which, I mean, realistically isn't too bad considering it's only one stud, but it does, get effective whenever you're grinding. Say you're fighting mobs like the blazing slime and all that, and distance is very necessary. So the first recipe we're going to be looking at is going to be what I used to get my Tachi right here. This one deals almost 150 damage and has some decent stats. Now, obviously, this isn't the best one, like passive wise. The best passives, I'll show you that in a second, but this is what I used. Now, this has some good traits on it because of the runes I use, which I'll also explain. But first, we're just going to come on over to crafting. Now, to get this, essentially what you're going to do is a few Darkrai, and then you're going to do a few Demonite, and pretty much that. You're going to do 8 and 5, or not 8 and 5, 8 and 4. This is going to get you a bit over 6x, and you'll be able to get the Katana at a 72. Anything less or anything higher is going to lessen this. Obviously, you can literally just use Darkrai if you have it, but that's one case scenario. Now, the next thing you can do for the Katana, which is going to get you a really good recipe out of it, is going to be these few different weapons or ores. Now, ores have different traits. If you didn't know, they all have different traits that combine to pretty much anything, and obviously a lot of them are pretty good. Some are pretty bad, but some are very good, so I'll show you those. So if you want to head on down to this website, I'll try to put this in the description. You can check ores, scroll on down, and then you can see all these lists. So this will list every single ore alongside its current traits. So as you can see, the last weapon or last ore that has a trait is going to be none other than the Magmite. But as you also see, Magmite, Fireite, and Ior each have weapon traits. Now, Ior is very good mid-game if you stack this, because you can have insane passives because of it. Because it has, obviously it sucks for the minus 10% health, but it gives plus 15% damage at max, meaning if you have full propped out Ior weapons and armor, you can have a super high extra damage. Now, the only downside obviously is the tremendously low health, but firstly, what we're gonna look at is the best layout that you can be looking at is Magmite, Fireite, and Ior. Combining these together, really good. Now, the other weapon or you can use is Riviolite. This is a 3.3x and has this passive right here, 20% chance for a critical chance. Now, the only downside to using Riviolite is I would only recommend using ore that is up to a 1x difference, because after that, the gap that it averages out starts to get very tremendous. So you can use Magmite, Fireite, and Ior, or you can use like Fireite, Ior, and maybe Riviolite, but if you're only using a tiny bit of it. But I would still recommend mainly using these 3 ore right here. Now, if you also go to the homepage of this website, you can just go to right here, this Forge calculator, just right here. We can use this to get a good description of what we're doing. So say we're trying to get the Chaos. This has very low necessary ores to be crafted. As you can see, we already have a 14% chance for this, but we want all of the traits. So now we can get the Chaos, but it's at a 74% chance. But if we put in some Ior for the Ior passive, we're now on the Iron Hands. So this is when, if we want the highest Ior trait, this is like the highest you can get. This is a pretty good, optimally, this is not that bad for crafting. If you do 4, 3, and 3, because you're gonna have a 4.5 multiplier, which is the average of, these 3, you're gonna have the 35% chance for an AoE explosion, a 30% burn chance, and then the Ior passive. Then you can also get some decent gloves. As you can also see, they have the damage markers. So if you were to get the Chaos, obviously it would do 85 DPS, but you can also, if you get a chance to get the Relevator, this would do an 87 DPS, which is obviously, better. Only downside is it's a 1 in 4, kind of difficult to get. So what we'll do is we'll come in here. Now, if you do have this is very beneficial. Is you go to race menu, you'll go to Dwarf. As you see right here, 5% better forge. We're gonna use that. So we're gonna come back on over here, just like this, 4, 3, and 3. So we're gonna use 4, 3, and 3. And then we're gonna hope we get this, if not a decent katana. We're gonna click craft. This is a katana. Okay, not bad, not bad. Obviously this is a pretty decent katana recipe regardless. All right, now we have this one. This one deals 77 damage. So what we'll do, as you see, go to equipment. We got that new one. Let me find it real quick. This one right here. So we got, it's not bad. 77.35 damage, 0.6 attack speed, and a ton of passives. So firstly, lethality, increase in physical damage, obviously the negative vitality, but then 20% of the weapon damage dealt is fire for 2 seconds, 30% chance to hit, and then the explosion. So then if you were to take this, you can upgrade it 7 times, I believe, enhance it 7 times because of the passive, or since it's only legendary. Now with that though, if you were to compare that to say this Uchigantana, which is the higher one, or the other, like the other ones, right? This one was crafted with Demonite and it was pretty much just Demonite, and that it got the explosive trait but is 90 damage. So obviously this is more of an in general for the passives and traits you get. This is going to be overall better technically, even though the upfront damage isn't as good. Now with this though, say we go back, try to craft this again. Obviously we got the 4, 3, and 3. If we get this Relevator right here, that'll be the best one to get. And we're getting another katana. Never mind. All right. Anyways, you get the point, right? So the next one is going to be the colossal weapons. Now these are more if you have a ton of just the highest ore, because the reason why is these passives are only really good whenever you're using things in bulk. Essentially what this means is if I wanted a very good heavy colossal sword, the best thing I could do is like only use Darkrai or only use Demonite, right? Like you don't want to try to get a, in general, because the best thing for that, since those have the highest upfront damage, is getting as many things in it as you can. And then obviously you can go to the Rune Maker and slap on like things that increase critical chance, explosion, or their passives and traits, but you really just want to hyper focus on getting the upfront damage. Now, the final thing we're going to be looking at is the best current strategy for combos. So this is one thing I've seen a lot of people miss out on. Essentially, you go to shop, right? We can go to race menu, is these. So Dragonborn is pretty decent for this. 40% chance to burn an enemy and deal 30% of the weapon's damage per second. This is pretty good. As you see, 12% physical damage, extra health, and extra height. Pretty decent because of that alone. You're going to be dealing more damage, and you have the fire enchant, just that alone. So this is essentially the Sharp Fangs. This is pretty much the passive from the damage increase you got from the Ore, and then Dragon's Breath is a better version of Firelight, right? And then alongside this, the extra health, extra height, which is really just annoying if you're trying to get through small gaps. And then Angel, obviously the Smite is pretty good. Now Demon obviously being way better, but the Goblin race is super good because what's going to happen is when you're a Goblin, you're going to have a faster attack rate when using weapons of the dagger category. Meaning if you use this dagger right here, which already has one of the fastest attack rates, this is the hook. This has one of the fastest attack rates, and then you can slap on more stuff. But the explosion chip right here, as you can see, essentially, right, if you have a 35% chance for this to hit and you're hitting 3 to 4 times a second, you're going to have the explosion happening constantly. And then alongside this, you also have the fact that the Goblin race makes it deal more damage and it swing faster. So you can, it goes even crazier with the Goblin race. Now, the other combo other people are using is using colossal swords and weapons. So you can get a good colossal sword, right, like this one. This one, as you see, deals 247 damage. Then it has a faster attack speed, the burn chance, and then 50% of the weapon's damage dealt as AoE, because obviously Magmite is the main weapon or ore in it. But the thing about this, you can go ahead and look at, is if you get the race Golem. This is the 1.25. This is like one of the best ones. I had it and then was trying to get something else. But if you have Golem, essentially what's going to happen is with the Golem race, you swing heavy weapons. I think it's like 15 or 20% faster, meaning this is almost as fast as a normal sword. So you're swinging a weapon that deals 2 to 3 times the damage a normal sword does, sometimes even faster. So it's a very, very broken combo. Now for the final just set and strategy in general you want to use for crafting is if you go back to this website and go to weapons, you can actually look at all these recipes right here. So this is all of these different strategies, ores for iron hand gauntlets, great colossal swords, the straight swords, katanas, a lot of different recipes you can use. These are very, very good and they are updating this frequently. And obviously you can use the calculator to get a good strat. But if you have any question about a recipe you're wanting to try out, make sure to comment that down below, or you can join my Discord server, which is linked in the description. But for the most part, that's pretty much it for this video. If this helped you out, make sure to leave a like and I'll see you on the next one.